Alright, so today we're back working on the Falcon. So last week we got the alternator all figured out and it seems to be working real good. Well, from the one test drive we did, but then we had a coolant leak and I'll cut to that now. Anyway, today the crappy weather it sucks. And in fact it's April and we're still dealing with this in Chicago. Really sucks, but whatever. So from what you can see here, let's get the engine bay. Here's the engine. So today's goal is to pull apart the front of the motor. So we're gonna pull apart the fan, pulley, water pump. Gonna take off the crank pulley, the harmonic balancer, and then pull apart the timing chain cover. And then hopefully from doing all that we'll open it, find out that the timing chain is not real bad, but if it is, I mean, it's a good time to change it. So we'll look at that, put new gaskets on everything and put it back together, and we'll see how the end of today works. Okay, bye. Alright, so let me show you what we got here. We took apart water pump, disconnected the alternator, the belt, just pretty much cleaned it up. Need to pull apart the harmonic balancer, but I'm gonna go to it's called AutoZone and get the running tool for that. While I'm there, I'm gonna get the gasket set for the timing chain, just to have it on hand in case in case the timing chain is in good shape. Then we can just start putting it back together. If the timing chain is in bad shape, I'm gonna have to get a new timing chain, so I'll have to go back and do another trip, but fingers crossed, hopefully it's in good shape and we don't have to worry about it. But water pump is out of the way, fuel pump is out, brackets for the alternator are disconnected, and let's go get that tool so we can get going. Alright, so this is the harmonic balancer tool they had at the auto parts store that I could rent. The plus side of renting stuff, I like renting stuff because you can just return it. Then chances are, last time I used one of these was probably 3-4 years ago. I mean, for storing it for 3 or 4 years, I'd rather just go pick it up when I need it. So it comes with this part here. I'm gonna figure out which ones of these bolts match up with the bolt pattern that's on my harmonic balancer. This thing goes in the center. As you tighten, put in your bolt. As you tighten this, it'll pull this outward, and then with it, it'll pull the harmonic balancer. Alright, so we're about ready to pull out the harmonic balancer. The bolt in the middle, right on line, that you can use an impact drill. Pull it out. So I'm going to try and do that and not break myself. Doesn't quite fit in exactly. I mean, this is my Harbor and Freight impact drill. It's pretty bulky, but it seems like 6-sided socket is getting on there pretty good. So let's see. Okay, that was almost too easy there. So anyway, we pull out the bolt. Let's see what we got. Move this out. That is clear then. So after doing so with the bolt, I'm going to show you how to set up the harmonic balancer. Alright, so from the harmonic balancer puller kit, I'm going to be using these 3 bolts here, which match up with the threads on the outside of the harmonic balancer, not the center one, the outer one. And I'm also going to use this adapter, which matches the thread of the bolt we just pulled out. and we're gonna put this in the center part of our harmonic balancer. And let's see here, let me finish screwing this on here. And put it in most of the way through. There we go. And then we're gonna use this guy. This combined with this is going to go in the sorry. It's gonna go, this setup here is going to, the 3 bolts that match up with the ones we pulled out that hold on the pulley, the crankshaft pulley, are going to bolt on. And then this center one, as we tighten it, it's going to keep putting pressure on the center point, which is hooked up to the crankshaft. And as you tighten it more and more, it's going to start to pull the harmonic balancer out. So in a minute. Alright, so here's our harmonic balancer. Pulled it out. I don't know. Looks like it should. And here's our motor. So what we're going to do now is there's some more bolts we need to remove that actually take the timing chain cover off. And we're going to pull those and then pull it off. Check the timing chain itself. Make sure it's okay. Should be. I mean, the motor runs okay. But if we see too much slack on it, it's a good time to change it. And if everything's fine, we'll just go get the gasket set, start putting it all together, and go from there. Alright, so got the timing chain cover off. The point with leaking was somewhere in here. These are the passages that go from the water pump into the motor and keep flow. However, after looking at this timing chain, as you can see here, let me make sure. That angle's better. Looking at the timing chain here, there is quite a bit of flop in it. And right now I think the best thing for it would be to just put it in new. I mean, we already got the motor pulled apart, the front of the motor pulled apart. It's like, why not? So we're gonna look at the auto parts store, pick one out, and go from there. I mean, for those of you that don't know, like when someone says like you're timing like skipped a tooth or something, it means that there's so much play in this that with heat and everything, you can actually jump one of the teeth, and then your timing is going to be off. Alright, so just so you know how this works, this is your crankshaft. Okay, this timing chain slides into your crankshaft, this bottom gear, and then the chain itself is here, and it connects over to your camshaft. Now, as your crankshaft turns, it turns your camshaft, which then pushes your push rods and whatnot, so that the valves open and whatnot. Now, in here, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me make sure I get a good angle. If you see, there's a little gear in there. That gear in there is the gear from the distributor, and that's how your distributor kind of gets its timing position from your camshaft. So yeah, kind of cool in case you've never seen it. Okay, so on the next video we will work on finishing this project up. Hope you stay tuned. See you next video.